Hi, and welcome back to the Agent Renovation Podcast. My name is Ashley, and I am an award-winning real estate agent in Vancouver, a gamification and goal-setting expert, a master visionary, a strategic planning coach, and a seven-figure entrepreneur. I love teaching real estate agents how to win and pass the levels of the game of real estate. I will teach you the strategies and considerations for setting up your game, maintaining your game, and conquering new ground. So let me guide you in crossing the finish line of your real estate goals, putting dollars in your pocket, and teaching you how to still have a personal life of your dreams. In today's episode, we will be talking about a huge pitfall that a lot of agents make when setting up their real estate game. And in the long run, this can cost you your personal life. It's important in life to have a clear definition between your private life and your business life. I don't want to work with my friends. I do not want to sell real estate to my friends. Doing so is a bad strategy in real estate, at least if you want to maintain some sense of a normal private life, quote unquote. Having listings and leads that are connected to other parts of your life will hinder your game in the long run. You could also ask yourself, do I want to compromise my friendships? And likely the answer is no. Let's dive into this pitfall. Your personal sphere of influence should not also be your sales pipeline. If it is, you will lose the sense of normal balance between work and personal life that other players in the game of life are afforded and most real estate agents have lost. My suggestion is to remove this connection entirely out of your game and move only onto prospecting measures, which will essentially result in having strangers as clients. Now I know how wild this sounds, and I bet there's some senior agents out there that are shaking their heads right now, but let me explain why this is a winning strategy and how it has proved to provide me with a wildly rewarding personal life and a bank account from closed deals in real estate. You have to think about it this way. If you call your dentist, do you expect him to update you on his personal life, keep you on the phone for an hour, or do you expect to book a cleaning, get an update, and get off the phone? You only expect to speak to your dentist about dental-related topics and issues. How about your lawyer? If your lawyer doesn't pick up at 6 p.m. at night, do you fire them? Or do you wait until your lawyer gets back to you? You realize he's already gone home for the day and he is off work. Believe it or not, you can set your real estate game up for your clients to view you the same way that they view their dentist or their lawyer. As their real estate agent, they're trusted professional that they come to for real estate advice and expect to hear from in regards only to real estate and concerning matters. When you blur the line and your friends are your clients or your clients become your friends, it makes it difficult to balance your game in the long run. When working with a stranger, aka a prospect you gained through prospecting, you have no personal tie instead of a friend. I know that every time I call my clients, they don't expect to hear anything other than business from me. I'm not telling or hearing about every aspect of their life or mine. When I call them, they simply expect to have a real estate update, and I'm off the phone in 5 minutes. When you're doing business with friends, those phone calls can take hours because you can't just get to business right away. Or when you're out to dinner, and you guys know what I mean. When you're working with friends, you have to juggle both. And that's a really poor time resource allocation. If your calls are always eating up so much of your time, or your quote unquote off time is dedicated to priming up for the next sale, it's not going to be fun. That's why you want to set up your real estate with clear boundaries. Clearly define those boundaries between your personal life and your work life. I think this is a much more intelligent way to do business. This way, you have your business and your work, and you work your business. And you have a visual map and CRMs, which we're gonna get into in later episodes. The bottom line is you keep your work at the office, and you have your game clearly set up and defined at the office. And you can leave it behind when you go home from the office. If you had a stressful day or week, you want enough balance to have a safe environment in which you can release that stress. You need to be able to have people that you can do this with, who are your friends and only your friends, who you don't need to be quote unquote on for. You'll be able to attend dinners and drinks and other events and not have to worry about work coming up. If you don't have a separation, you're never gonna have real friends, in the sense that when you're with them, there will always be overlaps at times, and sometimes it can even be awkward. And heaven forbid you ever do a transaction connected to a friend you truly care about, a friend you really care for, and something doesn't go the way they planned or expected. This can happen outside of your control as a realtor. Sometimes things happen, come from the other side of the deal, or are out of your control, and heaven forbid this impacted one of your really important friendships. If you really value your close friends, this may be a cost-benefit analysis you run that you just can't afford the math. The mixing of personal life with client life is just not appropriate or a sensible business strategy for a long game. My clients were strangers when they became my clients, and most of them stay that way. When I go home, I get to turn off. And when I'm with my friends are my friends, and we are off together. Maintaining this separation between your personal life and your business life will also ultimately help you build your immunity to rejection. You'll realize that business is just that. It's business, it's not personal. This strategy and consideration has proved me an immensely rewarding personal life, with endless time to do all my hobbies and still enjoy private moments with my closest friends, without ever having to impact the amount of deals I close or the amount of dollars I put in my pocket. This strategy ties directly to a pitfall that buyers and sellers can fall into when choosing a real estate agent. Stop and think about this for a minute. How many people do you know that just choose an agent? An agent because they know them, they feel obligated, they feel badly not to take them because they're quote-unquote friends. They've known them forever, or maybe their entire family uses them. This is a pitfall. This is the largest pitfall that sellers and buyers fall into when planning their real estate moves. It makes absolutely zero sense to choose an agent because you like them or know them. When it comes to buying or selling a home, what you're really doing is buying or selling your largest asset in life. These moves being made can make or break a person's game now or in the long run. Homes are not just homes. They are the byproduct of a person's hard work in life. Likely every dollar they've earned, and they've probably traded some blood, sweat, and tears for those dollars. It is the reward that they've earned of safety in the game. Homes are our retirement funds. Homes are our children's education. Homes are our life savings, and likely the largest asset that most people own. Where else in life would you ever spend that kind of money in a transaction or on a service without hiring the best, the most skilled player in the game? In my city, in Vancouver, it is common for the paychecks in real estate to easily be $30,000 or up for one single transaction. Yet, people are hiring agents because they feel bad not to. They're blurring the lines between their personal life and their business worlds, which ultimately could cost them greatly in their game, and they don't even know it because the moves you make in real estate, sometimes the effects aren't seen for 10, 20 years. They aren't hiring the best person to do the best job or to get the best deal or to make them the most money. They aren't seeking out the most skilled players and the most talented negotiators. No, they're just choosing out of obligation. This choice from a place of obligation could set the buyer or seller back in their game indefinitely if that friend is not a skilled agent. Think about that for a moment. Now, next time you go to a door and you make a cold call, you now know what to say if somebody suggests a friend would make a worthy agent. As you just heard, I don't see the game of real estate like most agents do. And I was just like you before. I didn't know how the game worked either. But I got on the field and I practiced and practiced and practiced, and I adapted my strategies until I won large. And I want to teach you how to do the same by teaching you how to reframe how you see the real estate industry. If you like what you heard here today and these types of subjects light you up, head on over to our website, agentrenovation.com. We have our first masterclass launching soon, the Door Knocking Masterclass, where I will teach you how to farm an area, providing you with enough leads to never have to work your friends again. This has been Ashley from Agent Renovation, and if you loved this episode, take a screenshot, share it to social, and always tag me at Agent Renovation. Bye!